Here we go, College Football Payoff Podcast. We are at Conference Championship Week. What episode is this?
Episode 33.
That's Big Country. I'm Dan, and it's crazy to say that college football is coming to an end. I mean, it felt like just yesterday we were talking about week 0, and now we've made it to the end. And not a whole lot going on this week. I'm probably going to place just a bet in every single game, just because my load every week has been pretty big.
Yeah, we got to fire. If we got to fire this week, we're running out of time.
But this week, same format. I got 3 pretty solid locks for these games. But we'll just touch on each game either briefly or go into depth with it. But not a lot going on. And then after this, we got Army Navy is next week, correct?
Yeah, Army Navy.
And then that
probably will just be tweeting that one out.
Yeah. After Army Navy starts our bowl season.
Yeah, bowls actually get announced Saturday night or Sunday afternoon. So we will be ready to get a good jump on that.
Yeah, we're thinking probably 2 episodes, half the season in one, the other half in the other.
And then national championship.
Championship.
Probably some props.
I'm thinking for the bowl season, I might have a pick in every game, and then have at least half that I can have more confidence in or something. But I'm going to give out at least a pick every game, and then who knows, maybe I'll have 3 or 4 solid 100% locks that I think of. But yeah, we're getting down to the end. Real quick, just kind of recap last week. It wasn't the best of weeks.
It was a pretty bad week.
It was a rough week in college football all around.
Yeah, it was.
I went 1-2, Big Country.
0-3.
All good things come to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went 0-3, but he's still 27-14 on the year.
Yeah.
Podcast record is 43-38. Ohio State looked like absolute trash. They looked like they weren't prepared. Michigan came in and absolutely destroyed them.
That was one of my losses also.
Yeah. Georgia minus 35.5. That was easy.
Oh, you took that one. Yeah, I forgot.
And then I had Penn State, Michigan State under 51.5. So I talked about that game being on natural grass.
Yeah.
Well, the snow was incredible.
Yeah, the snow was awesome.
And I thought that was going to slow the game down a little bit, but they just kept scoring somehow. And
all right, yeah, mine were Ohio State, like I already said. BYU -7 was a terrible no cover. I got the first half cover out of them. And then Oregon State, I had +7. They lost by 9. So, tough one. I'm more mad about the Oregon State ones, whatever, but the BYU -7, man, they had the first half cover for me, and they kind of just stalled in the second half. They still won the game, but very, very annoying.
Yep. All right, let's get into it. Conference Championship Week.
Okay.
There is 2 games on Friday, Western Kentucky at Texas San Antonio.
Yeah.
You got something on that?
I got a lock for this one.
Go for it. Let's hear it.
I'm probably going to go over 3 today, by the way.
I like that.
Yeah, so this is Western Kentucky Hilltoppers versus UTSA. If we just look at the surface stats, UTSA is 11-1 this year. The first loss was last week. Might have been in a look-ahead spot. But in reality, I think UTSA is trending down. They had to sneak out a win against UAB. They only beat a quarterbackless team in Southern Mississippi by 10 points. And they got blown out last week by a very mediocre North Texas team. While, on the other hand, in the last 5 games, the least amount of points that the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers have won is 42 points. So their full schedule is actually – their record's pretty deceiving from where they're at as a team right now. They started this year 1-4. So they beat the FCS UT Martin week 1, ended up losing to Army week 2, lost to Indiana week 3, lost to Michigan week 4, lost to UTSA week 5. So they're going to get their rematch. That UTSA game was 52-46, only lost by a touchdown there. And their quarterback, Zapp, man, he is the leading passer in the nation. He threw for over 500 yards on UTSA last game. I don't really see much changing here. UTSA is on the downfall, and then the least amount of points that that Western Kentucky has scored all year is 31. So you can expect a lot of points here. They have that high-flying offense that transferred over from Houston Baptist. I got to go with the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers here. Western Kentucky -3, lock it in. That's a game for Big Country.
There we go. Yeah, I'll ride with you, but I don't really have much to say on this one. So we'll move on. Next game is Pac-12 Championship, Oregon against Utah. Friday night, 8 p.m. This is in Las Vegas. And these two teams did meet, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, I think?
Yeah, and Utah.
It was at Utah.
Yeah.
So
one of the hardest places to play.
That crowd was
Pac-12.
incredible.
Yeah.
And Utah won 38-7, just completely
Punched them right in the mouth.
destroyed them.
Yeah.
With this game, yeah, you're taking the crowd out of it. And Oregon is 4-0 in the Pac-12 championship game. They won it last year against USC. But, dude, I look at Utah, and sorry, I didn't even give the spreads or anything in this. I believe the spread we have is
Right now it's Utah -2.5.
2.5, over-unders 57.5.
Oh, you got 57.5? I'm looking at 58 right now. So
Yeah.
If you want, which makes me sick. I had this game written down last night, and I'm going to have to take my pick back now because I've lost 2 full points of
Yeah.
value.
Well, I'm looking at it, and I'm proud. This isn't going to be one of my official picks, but you know, you look and say, well, Utah, it's a neutral site game, so the crowd won't be as much of a factor. Utah had their way with Oregon on the ground, and Oregon has Noah Sewell, team's leading tackler, got hurt last week, had to leave the game. Michael Wright, cornerback, was hurt last week, had to leave the game. Cristobal said they're good to go, but in a running game that absolutely destroyed this team 2 weeks ago with these guys injured, I don't have much hope in Oregon to win this game. I'm probably going to go with Utah -2.5, but again, that's not official on my end.
Okay. I still got it under 58 here. I'm going to go with the under. I
Okay.
think this is an under game through and through. I think there's going to be a lot of running on both sides of the ball. I feel like they're not going to make them pass too much. Man, I don't know about a side here because I know there's the whole revenge effect, and winner here is going to the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
So, I mean, even though Oregon's out of it, they still can avenge the loss. They can make it to the Rose Bowl, and they can finish their season strong. Probably going to have to play Ohio State in that Rose Bowl again.
So they'd have back-to-back revenge game type situations.
Yeah, or at least Ohio, back-to-back weird scenarios.
Yeah.
So I just can't take a side. I will go. Man, I had this at under 59.5 last night, but this is not good advice, but I'm still going to go under 58.
All right. Moving on, Big 12 championship game, Baylor against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is a 5.5-point favorite. Total is 46.5. This is, Saturday at noon, and it is, I don't know where this is. Oh.
Man, just in Jerry's World.
Yep, Jerry's World.
Yeah.
Forgot. Well, if Texas isn't in it,
Oklahoma.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Oklahoma, which Lane Kiffin, R.I.P.
Wait.
No, I'm just kidding. He's
not going.
I'm saying
no. Is
Oklahoma.
Lane Kiffin going to Oklahoma? You meant Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley, Lane Kiffin, they're both the same person. Jesus. All right, Baylor, Oklahoma State. I was flirting with this one to be one of my official picks with Oklahoma State -5.5, just because I've watched so much of Baylor this year, and I'm not impressed with them, but the more I think of it and the more I look at the board, I think I have a different pick. So I'm going to take this off. I'm not doing official, but I'm going to stick with Oklahoma State -5.5. I just think their offense is a lot better than what Baylor's going to expect and what Baylor has seen. And I don't know. It's Oklahoma State -5.5. That's it. You got anything for this?
No, I'm not touching this game. This is a weird game to me. I kind of want to lean Baylor plus the points, but
See, and that's why I took it off my board.
I looked at the game earlier this year. Oklahoma State dominated pretty much every aspect of that game except the turnover battle, where they were -3 in turnovers and still won. So, I mean, I think the line's right. I'm impressed with Oklahoma State. I also think they could potentially be in a letdown spot. I really like their offense, though. I really just don't. It's a very low total, especially for a Big 12 championship game at 46.5. But, man, I just have no idea where this is going, so I'm going to pass on the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, I'll say for backing my side, Oklahoma State's 9-2-1 against the spread this year.
Nice.
All right,
Okay.
moving on. MAC championship, MACtion.
Yeah.
Saturday at noon in Detroit, Kent State, 3.5-point favorite against Northern Illinois. Total is 74.5. It jumped up 2.5 points. Again, I got nothing for this. I'm going to go with Kent State just because Ohio, close to home.
Is that an official pick?
Not on the pod, but that's the way I'm leaning.
Because I'm locking up Kent State.
Oh, hell yes. Let's
Yeah.
go. And they wore some sick jerseys a few weeks back. If they
Those
wear
baby
those,
blues.
if they wear those in this game, Kent's an official lock.
Well, Kent State has played Northern Illinois this year already, and they were wearing the baby blues, and they won by 5. So,
There it is.
man, what's the total on this again?
74.5.
Yeah, that might hit.
It jumped 2.5
So
points.
I'm gonna lean with the over. Man, even with the jumping, that's why I got a bet earlier in the week. We just don't have time.
No.
So, yeah, I don't know. Northern Illinois has gotten really lucky this year. Kent State probably has the best coaching staff in the MAC right now. I love their head coach. He's really turned that program around. Wow, I'm looking at some 3.5s now, but I still have 3. Yeah, give me Kent State -3. I'm just going to go with it. I think they're too dangerous to the air. I think their coach is going to be able to scheme against NIU. And I think NIU's gotten very lucky in a lot of games this year, so I think that luck runs out now.
There we go. All right. What's next? Mountain West Conference Championship. Utah State, San Diego State, Saturday, 3 o'clock. This is in California, Carson, California. San Diego State is a 6-point favorite. Over under is 50. Do you have anything for this?
No,
Yeah, me either.
I'll pass.
They did play earlier this year. San Diego State was 38. San Diego State won 38-7. This was about a month ago. So looking at that, what was that? 45 points, and I think the total for this is pretty high. Let's see. I'm probably gonna stay away from San Diego State. The total is 50.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I'm
Man,
staying away from it
I
because
was
this line jumped from the open with San Diego State 3.5.
Yeah,
Now it's San Diego
and
State
I'm
6.
still leading San Diego State.
I
but
think I'll lean that way as well.
The spread is not good for me. I'm going to pass on that spread. I'm also going to pass on the total. So this is going to be a total pass game for me, but I am leaning under. I think San Diego State has what it takes to shut down this high-powered Utah State offense. I just don't think San Diego State can score that many points. So I'm going to go under 50
Okay.
in a very low-scoring game.
Very low-scoring game. All right, App State.
But that's not a lock, by the way.
Good.
That's just a lean.
All right.
So
Beauty.
do with that what you want.
Yeah, we're not locking that. App State at UL Lafayette. Appalachian State is 2.5-point favorites. Total is 53.5. Again, not one of my locks. I'd probably go with Lafayette to win.
Okay. Yeah, this is a stay away from me, especially since Louisiana just lost.
Again,
their
this
coach.
is not a lock on my end. This
Yeah.
is just what I'm leaning and what I'm looking
So
at.
Louisiana just lost Napier too, right? Their
That's
head
all right.
coach.
That's all right. Because I think of it one of two ways. I think a team sees a coach leave, they either feel bad about themselves if their season's over and they just kind of give up, or if they've had a lot of wins and they're going bowling, they're going to rally.
I don't think they're rallying because they're not going to be able to replace the coach they just had. So I can't take Louisiana for that reason. I can't take Appalachian State because Chase Bryce is their quarterback. It's that simple. So
41-13 was the score earlier in the year between these two teams.
yeah, Appalachian State blew them out,
No.
or the other way around.
Yeah.
Louisiana blew them out.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good on this one.
All right, now we get into the big boys. SEC championship.
Yep.
One of the biggest games of the year. Georgia, Alabama, 1-3. Georgia's 6-point favorites. Over-under has dropped by 2 points. It's now at 49.5. What do you have for this?
Over.
Over?
Over.
Is that official or just
Yes,
lean?
official lock.
Official lock?
Over 49.5. Georgia's never been tested this year. They do have an NFL front seven. The strength in their, or the weakness in their defense is their secondary. In the greatest matchup that Alabama can, the easiest matchup that Alabama could utilize is their air raid, or not their air raid, but their passing game versus secondary. So I do think points will be scored. I don't think Nick Saban's going to look at the all first round or front seven of Georgia and say, let's run the ball. So if they're not getting first downs, they're going to flip it quick. Alabama's defense isn't that great compared to past years. I do think both teams will be able to put up some points. So, yeah, I'm going to go over 49.5 for this one.
I am too.
Nice.
Official pick.
Lock.
Yep. Over 49.5 right there, Air 5.
Nice.
Reason being exactly what you said, but Alabama, Nick Saban in an SEC championship game after last week's game against Auburn, where his press conference was kind of weird at the end when they talked to him on the field. I thought he was going to be pissed off, but he was elated.
Saban.
Yeah.
I mean, rivalry game.
That's what I'm
tough
saying.
Game against Auburn. And Auburn's won that game a lot in the last few years. So.
But I think with this, you cannot go against Saban you can't go against Saban against the spread in a conference championship game. So I don't want to pick a side here. I have a feeling of who's going to win, and that's Georgia. But I don't want to pick one or the other because Saban can keep it really close. But I do think that they score a lot of points in this game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be rude awakening for Georgia's defense going into the playoff.
Yeah.
But I still think they're going to win.
No, I think they win, but official podcast lock, both of us got 49.5, the over in Georgia, Alabama.
Awesome. All right, let's fire up the next one.
All right. Houston at Cincinnati. Saturday 4, Cincinnati is the number 4 team in the nation. They are currently in the college football playoff. They are favored by 10.5 in this game. Total set at 53. What do you got?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah, I'm going to stay away here. I mean, I want to lean Cincy. And actually, I'll probably bet Cincy off the pod. But, man, this Houston has, I think the worst strength of schedule in the whole country. The conference, or the AAC bottom half schedule this year was actually atrocious. I don't want to harp too much on that because I still want Cincy to get into the playoffs. I'm the Cincy Dark Horse fan all the way now that my Ohio State futures ticket is done. Yeah, I mean, I would take Cincy here. I don't think Houston has it on defense to be able to slow them the whole game, and I think Cincy has a great secondary that's going to match up against this air raid in Houston. So I'm just going to have to lean. I would lean Cincy minus 10.5.
Well, I'm taking them.
Oh, you're taking
Yeah,
them?
I'm locking it.
Ooh.
Locking it. Minus 10.5 for Cincy. With this being a conference championship game, this conference does play their conference championship game at a home site.
Right, so they're going to have a home field advantage too.
It's in Cincinnati, and Ohio State's obviously not going to make it. I got to root for another team. It's got to be Cincinnati. You got Luke Fickell, who I can't stand, but more credit to him. But I think the fans at that stadium know what's at stake here. And they know in order to make sure that they're number 4, because if they don't put up a convincing win, they're out.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. And when you get a number, it's been 10.5 all week. It hasn't changed. So it's still at 10.5. It opened at 10.5. Vegas is basically saying Cincinnati, win by more than 10.5, and you should be good.
Yeah.
So I think Cincinnati has that on bulletins. They're ready to go. The place is going to be electric. I'm taking Cincinnati minus 10.5 and to get into the playoff.
Yeah. Okay, I support it. I'll probably be betting that game on game day, but
Yeah.
not a pod pick.
All right, what's next? ACC.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's go ACC. I got 2 locks for this one.
Beauty. It's Pitt versus Wake Forest. Pitt is -3 over under 71.5. I want to guess what you have for the first one. I want to guess your side is Pitt -3.
Yeah.
Good, because
Yeah.
that's mine too.
Kenny Pickett over 4,000 yards passing, 40 yards touchdown, or 40 touchdowns thrown. This guy's ridiculous. I still think he should win the Heisman this year, and I think he's going to win it this weekend.
Yeah, I think
because Stroud's shouldn't win. Now, Bryce Young, I think, loses to Georgia, doesn't win, and then they're looking. I mean, I haven't seen this all season, and then out of nowhere, Hutchinson from Michigan's third in the Heisman.
They're just doing that because
that's bullshit. Kenny Pickett should win the Heisman. I have multiple futures Heisman tickets on him, so that is a little biased, but I think it's the truth.
Well, I think Kenny Pickett's the best quarterback in the country.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think, this is a very weak Wake Forest defense. They have shown how they can be exposed. So I think Pitt's going to be able to run it up on them, and I also think Pitt's going to be able to stop their offense. Places like Clemson have shown how you can stop them. I'm going to go with the under 71.5 also.
Under, okay. I'm looking at the line too. Wake opened this game as a favorite, which I don't like, and now they're 3-point dogs. Watching them this year, I took them a few weeks back thinking that they were the real deal, and it's Wake Forest. They're a basketball school. I don't think that they compete in this game. I think Pickett really shows that he's the Heisman winner, and he has just a monster game on this team. So Pitt -3. Both of us got it locked on the pod. Big Ten championship. Pains me to say it. Michigan's first ever time in the Big Ten championship game.
What?
How crazy is that?
When did the Big Ten championship game start?
Like when Rutgers came. So what?
Okay.
Like 10, 11 years ago?
Yeah.
Michigan's never been in it because they've always been in Ohio State's.
And that's just decided.
And Ohio State and Michigan State have always been in it. So we got Michigan -11 taking on Iowa. This is in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil, right? Dome.
Yes.
8 p.m. Over-under set at 43.5. As much as it hates me to say this, I think this might be my my number one lock of the week, and that's Michigan -11. Dude, I am biased. I have biased tendencies because last week I didn't think Michigan was worth a damn. Ohio State played like shit, but that defense for Michigan was something else. I mean, they shut us down, and Hassan Haskins had just a field day on the ground. And I like what they do with their 2 quarterbacks as well. I think that's very tough to stop. They have Cade McNamara go in. He can run, but he's not your runner. And then they have a backup. But I think he's a true freshman, comes in, and he's your option quarterback, which you don't know what to do with. Iowa does have that good defense, but I think what it comes down to is Iowa's just not a fundamentally good team on offense, and Michigan has a stacked defense against them. Iowa's scoring like 25 points a game. They're not even getting 300 yards a game, and Michigan's defense is holding teams under 18 points. They're scoring points at a 37-point clip. Iowa's defense, they're good, but I just don't think Iowa can score any points here. I think Michigan can get out to a 2-touchdown lead before the end of the half, and then I think Iowa's down. They might come out in the second half, try to mount something, but Hassan Haskins is too good of a running back. So that's my number one lock. And I actually think I can get it at 10.5 right here.
Yeah, I see it at 10.5.
Good. I want it at 10.5.
Okay.
Even better.
I'm going to lean under with that. I'm not going to take it on the pod.
Okay.
So, all right. We got any more games?
Well, there's just one makeup game.
The USC game. I don't have a pick for it.
I don't either.
We all know what happened with USC this week. So if I had to lean away, I'd probably go USC just based off the extra motivation.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it.
I'm good on that. All right.
Cool.
Do you have like a money line? I mean, would your money line money maker pretty much be Louisiana then? since they're +3. Maybe Baylor. No.
No, I
Maybe
wouldn't do
Oregon.
Baylor. I wouldn't really do Oregon. You know what I would... Honestly, if I were to do a money line, I'm going to go USC.
Okay.
USC +4.
Nice. All right.
We're not talking about it, but I see it now. USC money line
That's funny.
is the one.
All right. Ready to review?
Yeah. What do you got?
All right. Big Country Championship Week card. I actually had 6 picks. Double. I went 0-3 last week, so I gotta
make up
gotta
ground.
make it up. So
I
I
like
do
it.
feel good about this. We're gonna go with Western Kentucky -3. We're gonna go with Oregon Utah under 58. We're gonna go with Kent State -3. We're gonna go with Bama Georgia over 49.5. We're gonna go with Pitt -3, and we're gonna go with Pitt Wake Forest under 71.5.
Beauty. And then my locks, I do have 4 this week, one more than I usually have. And I got 2 with Big Country, so you know those are going to be good. Georgia over 49.5, that is with Big Country. Cincinnati -10.5. Pitt -3, that's also with Big Country. Michigan -10.5, that is my number 1 lock of the week. And then Moneyline Moneymaker, we're just going to go with USC Moneyline.
Nice.
It's a late 11 o'clock game.
What's
Hopefully
that
by
at?
then you're feeling well. I don't know what I can get it at. Let me see here. If it's +4, I think it's probably like 150. Yeah, I'm seeing plus
Yeah, I'll see
152.
155.
Oh, 155. There it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there it is. Conference Championship Week. We're going to find out who those playoff teams are. Next week, you only have the one game, right?
Yeah,
it's just
Army, Navy.
We'll tweet something out. We're not really going to go through
Not going to record for the Army Navy game.
Instead,
Although we do support the troops.
Yep, absolutely. And Army has sick jerseys for that game.
Yeah.
Look them up.
Does
if you
Navy
haven't
have
seen 'em.
custom jerseys?
I haven't
too,
seen
or?
Navy's yet,
Okay.
but they usually do. But we're going to spend that time. We're going to get ready for our bowl extravaganza shows. 2 shows highlighting
there's
every single
44
game.
bowl games. So
Again,
I think maybe not. We'll see how many bowl games there are, but I think, we can go through. We'll split them up, half and half, and then we'll come back for the final episode of the season with the national championship preview, where we're going to give out props and
big time.
be able to focus on just one game for the
few
podcast
weeks,
rather
yeah.
than a whole board. So.
And with the bowl show, what we're going to do, we'll do it kind of like how we did today. We're going to go over every game. Might not touch it.
We'll just whether it's 3 minutes or 30 seconds, we're going to talk about every game.
Yeah, and I'm going to at least try to have a bet like I did today, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't
we'll
want
have
to just
locks more
ruin
than
my
anything.
record because I want to give a pick for every
we're
game,
saying we'll
but
have official locks, but we'll also have
and
like,
leans.
leans.
Locks and leans.
Locks
So.
and leans. There we go.
All right.
What are the socials? Hit it.
All right, at CFP_pod on Twitter. You can find me at Big Country Bets. You can find Dan at DPOS1313. All right. Subscribe and share with your friends. I did go 0-3 last week, which, I was
There are
still,
rainy days.
I'm 27-14 on the year, so regression is going to happen.
Yep.
Share with your friends. Let everybody know I'm feeling good about this week. Dan's feeling good about this week.
Absolutely.
And we'll catch you in bowl season, guys.
Yeah, find us wherever you get those podcasts, and that's it. We will hopefully we have a good week this week. Hopefully everyone wins, and then we'll get you guys on bowl season. Get ready for a lot of picks, and then winding it down. But that's it. That's all we got. I'm Dan. That's Big Country. We will see you next week.